minister posed the question to the brothers. What is your responsibility as a father? And we know the minister doesn't pose a question without giving us an answer. Right. He said, to guide your family to the right path, the path that will bring them into favor with God. That's your job as a father. Guide your wife. Guide your children. Guide whatever you are involved in to a righteous path that brings that family, that community, that organization into the favor of God. The path of those upon whom God has bestowed his favors, and not the path of those upon whom wrath is brought down, nor of those who go astray. As a father, you have to be observant, the minister says, and point out to your children. So you're trying to guide your children, not in a path that leads to self-destruction. You gotta know that those who go astray and keep your family from the path of the Father, those who go astray that would have you and your family earn the wrath of God, have to be observant. Guide your family to the right path. That's your duty, the minister said, as a father. That's your duty, the minister said, as a mother. Now, the minister, we're going to go back into the Bible with the Lord's Prayer. The minister said in the Lord's Prayer, where Jesus is telling the people how to talk to their Father, he said, the minister, referring to the Lord's Prayer, I think it's so beautiful when it's understood. Right. They said, Master, teach us how to pray. Right. And he said, when you pray on this wise. Our Father, which art in heaven. The minister said, our Father. That's a heavy expression. If you can say our Father and I can say our Father, what does that mean? Your Father and my Father is who? The minister said, the same. Our Father who art in heaven. And then the minister said, well, what is heaven? Where is heaven? Our minister, heaven is an elevated place that is above the condition and reality of the world in which we live. All praise is due to Allah. I'm going to repeat that. Heaven is an elevated place that is above the condition and reality of the world in which we live. It is a place, the minister said, and a state of high knowledge, wisdom, understanding, power, and righteousness. Our Father, which art in heaven. The minister asked, now as a father, where do you reside? Where is your head at? Every man, the minister said, who wants to be a father has to live in heaven. Now, hopefully, by now, family, we understand that heaven is not referring to some mystical, magical location in the sky, right? If we listen to the minister's words on what and where heaven is. The minister continued, he, meaning Father, has to live above the quality, the condition, and reality of the world. Got to live above it. We can't be all down in the mud, making excuses again. Oh, this world is so, oh my God, I don't have a job. This world is so heavy. nothing is going right for you. No. The God did not make excuses. So, again, have to live above quality, condition, and the reality of the world. Every father, the minister said, must reside in an elevated place. He must be conscious of God. In other words, family, going back to the topic of our sharing this morning, a God Father. Right? The minister continues, as a man, brother, if you got the hood of knowledge on, knowledge lifts you above where you are before knowledge. You can't be a good father and not be a good student of the wisdom of God. Now, in Closing the Gap on page 101, our dear minister shared with us some insight on a good student. Since the minister said you can't be a good father and not be a good student of the wisdom of God. The minister said a good student is seen practicing that of which he or she is studying. So if we're studying the attributes of Almighty God Allah, beneficence, merciful, then you and I should be seen practicing that. Is that correct? Yes. All right. The more one studies, the minister said, the more one must practice. For it is only the practice that refines our understanding of the principles. So you and I can't study and not put into practice. Oh, Allah, he's so beneficent and he's so merciful, and leave it there. Like by some abracadabra, mystical, magical, because Allah is beneficent and merciful, and you and I are not studying and practicing that we're going to be magical and mystical. Come on. Try it and let me know how that works out for you.